How you cope up with the delays and the controversy?
Yeah, so I could have taken the path less traveled, but I could have I took the path less traveled, but I had to, of course, face a lot of setbacks and challenges and scrutiny and all kind of pressures. But then eventually, ऐसे कहते हैं ना कि सच की जीत होती है, तो we presented all the proofs. फिर अलग-अलग समुदायों से, अलग-अलग कम्युनिटीज़ से, पार्टीज से, हिस्टोरियंस से लेकर, आम लोगों से लेकर, सब लोगों ने आके ये फिल्म भी देखी, तो उन्होंने कहा कि इसमें तो कुछ भी ऑब्जेक्शनेबल नहीं है. तो दिस इज़ द पावर ऑफ ऑथेंटिसिटी. सो आई थिंक आज अगर हम ये चीज़ कर पा रहे हैं, दैट इज़ बिकॉज आई एम अ रियली ऑनेस्ट एंड ऑथेंटिक पर्सन.
But did it emotionally drain you, the wait, the delays?
Yeah, of course. I was completely devastated. I thought maybe it will never see the light of the day. क्योंकि इससे पहले भी किस्सा कुर्सी का एक फिल्म मिसेस गांधी पे, एंड आई थॉट मे बी इज जिंक्स्ड और समथिंग दैट यू कांट मेक अ फिल्म ऑन हर. दैट डायरेक्टर तो कमिटेड सुसाइड और समथिंग बिकॉज दैट पर्सन वाज टॉर्चर्ड टू डेथ. एंड आई हैड आल्सो पुट सम इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इनटू इट. आई वाज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज व्हेन यू हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो obviously I was disheartened.
The film got number of cuts. Did it impact the storytelling of the film?
I would have liked it the way I had made it, but at the same time, yes, rather than hurting the people or some sentiment this is not the intention, so it doesn't matter. Even though they removed some portions, but because the film is not made from that intention, so अगर वो निकाल भी दिया जाए तो it doesn't impact my story. That's why.
The film is entertaining and also it's giving information. That's what I believe. So how much liberties you have taken in the film, or you have not?
No liberties at all. No liberties. Otherwise वो फिल्म निकलने ही नहीं देते थे लोग. लोगों ने बहुत कोशिश की कि फिल्म आए ही ना, और हम जो बॉलीवुड में गाने बजाने के रट में ही लगे रहे. But I also want to make world class films, and I also think that we are also a part of Bollywood. Maybe not the mainstream, but parallelly, and we want to have films where we can be proud of the project that we made.
I don't understand what mainstream is and what parallel is. Film is a film for me, when people like it. Now, what do you call a film like, let's say, The Kashmir Files, which was released alongside another, let's say, commercial film, but it made more business. So technically, a film which makes business. It's a good film, is what people like. So I really don't understand this whole debate about mainstream or commercial and parallel cinema. For me, a film is a film.
Right. That's how most people, that's how even audience perceive it. But inside the film industry, of course, they have their own, set of people, group of people, and they consider, massy or classy.
Emergency is a very darkest period of our history, recent history. So how much you have understood before the film and after the film, the emergency period?
See, it's a very
in
dark
fact,
chapter. In fact, I was born in 75. So
इनके आते ही
emergency declare कर दी, क्या रे बाबा आ गया. But whatever, of course हम लोग तो मतलब पैदा ही हुए थे, बट चीज़ें समझ में आई बाद में. बट आई थिंक ये बताना उतना ही ज़रूरी था, मतलब किसी भी जनरेशन के लिए, whoever has gone through it, who probably were born like me, and the new generation. Everybody needs to know this chapter of Indian history, of what happened, and what was done, so that we do not repeat those kind of mistakes ever going forward. It needs to be told. These stories need to be known to one and all कि ये हुआ था और ये नहीं करना चाहिए भाई, ये सही नहीं था. तो सही गलत की कहानियाँ होती है ना, मतलब बेसिक कहानी क्या होती है कि एक चीज़ है, ये गलत हो रही है, इसको हीरो ने सही कर दिया. So I think those kind of stories is what we like to see. And Emergency, similarly, in that context, if you look at it, it is a story very well told, very authentically told, and we need to see and understand what has happened in our history.
Yeah, in my case, I think before Emergency, I had this perception of Mrs. Gandhi that maybe she was a very powerful person, and she just went about waking up one day and be like, just put emergency everywhere or something like that. But when I did my research and I studied her thoroughly, I understood actually it was quite the contrary. And it also strengthened my belief that the weaker you are, more control you would want. You know, so she was actually a very weak person, and she was also very unsure of herself and really vulnerable. She had many crutches around, and she was constantly seeking, kind of validation, and she was also hugely dependent on many people. One of them was Sanjay Gandhi. So, so then I adapted all of her body language, and whether chewing of lips. In body language also say people who keep chewing their lips, they're very unsure, they're very vulnerable, you know, twitching of lips, twitching of eyes, petite, very screechy voice, very baby-like wrists, very tiny wrists, pale skin. So all of her demeanor actually made me deeply empathetic toward her, and I didn't have that kind of empathy for her before I studied emergency.
You took the character home as well?
Yes, every character of yours stays with you. You know, there was a time after day in and day out, I was doing it for years. Even after I came out of it, I was having a lot of her mannerisms, and I had to undo that.
Shreyas, how about you? The character is very loved character, one of the very greatest leader of our country. So how you managed to
I'm
pull
scared,
that off?
you know, because like you very rightly said, he's one of the most adored leaders across the globe. So to portray him on screen, it's a, I mean, there's a lot of responsibility associated with that. So you better be as authentic as you can be, and I think that is what we've tried to, you know, do it with utmost honesty more than anything else. कोशिश तो करो, you know, उनके करीब से जितना करीब जा सको उसके जाने की कोशिश करो, and I think that's where Kangana, the director, comes to the rescue, because the research that she did, the homework that she did was quite phenomenal, you know, because you go with your own kind of homework and research that you've done. But the Atalji that our generation has seen is only post the 90s, you know, when they came more into the limelight and we started knowing them or listening to their speeches and things like that. What happened before that, not many people are aware of. So the research that she did really came to our rescue to perform in that manner.
Kangana, did Gandhi family reach out to you for the film, or I mean, did have any
No, they didn't reach out to me, but I met Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi in the parliament, and she was complimenting me about my work and about my hair. So I was like, you know, I made this film Emergency and maybe you should see it. And she was like, okay, maybe. And I think if they have a little bit of acceptance for what has been, they would appreciate the film.
You know, you are loved as an artist, and now you are MP as well. So we can say your first profession has taken a back seat, we can see? Or
not really a back seat, but yes, it's being a parliamentarian is also a very demanding job. And you know, since elections, we've been in the parliament mostly every month. So yes, there has been a little bit of a setback in terms of my shootings and all of that. I'm not able to, but I will resume. Yeah, first year is usually after, because elections are so harsh on one's schedule or time or body, and then after that, all the sessions that they've missed out in a year, they'll have to make up within like those 4-5 months. So the first year has been very demanding, and I've been asking people that, is it always like this? And they're like, no, it will be a little bit more relaxing for you. Right now, it's just very demanding, yeah.
No, not at all. It will get badega. It'll get tougher.
Kangana, you know, we love you as an artist, and you have always been choosy of what project you want to do. But after becoming MP, have you decided like what kind of project you want to associate? Because it becomes very difficult because you're in public scrutiny, so you have to choose your project very seriously and very choosily.
Yeah, no, but you know, it's not something I usually think about it. You know that it is not something like being a parliamentarian or a politician is not something like a dress I have just worn artificially or superficially. You know, it's just, it is such a natural growth that today I can even wear this mini skirt here and sit. That doesn't take away anything from me. You know what I mean? Like, I have, if you see that my evolution of as an actor, I've not done, I don't remember doing any film after I became successful and I had the, you know, the the ability to choose or the competence to, you know, pull off, whether it is Queen or Miss Dr. J. Jayalalitha or Panga, or even a film like, you know, I've not done any film that today I can't, as a parliamentarian, I can't see with other parliamentarians, or, you know, like people of Mandi will not be very proud of. I've been very aware, socially aware, politically aware, my own genesis, my own metamorphosis into somebody who really cares, you know, is not artificial. I don't think I have to think from that angle. There's no angle, to be honest. I am a very authentic person, and today this film I did, it today may go with my role, but when I did it, I was, you know, I had no idea I'll get the ticket, you know. So it doesn't work for me. Like I only have one face, one mind, one action. I don't have double, triple, 4 faces, or I don't think from 4 angles or 6 angles.
Lastly, I want to ask one question, that you are considered a hero when it comes to film. Like, okay, it's Kangana Ranaut's film. You are bigger. You become very big. So it's difficult to collaborate with other big stars in the industry.
No, there is no such thing that I can't collaborate with anybody. But it's just that, you know, I find deep satisfaction in people who are quality people. You know, like I think like somebody like Shreyas sir or Anupam ji, or I even loved Irfan Saab, you know, like they are quality people, you know. I am a person like that, and these are the kind of people I deserve, you know. I don't have any, and I'm very proudly saying that today, you know, like there is not a single director in the film industry that I want to work with, because they don't have that kind of quality that I feel that they deserve me, you know. And I personally feel that if today if I have managed to work with these actors and they think I am deserving of them, I think it's a great compliment for me. And I want to work with them, and whoever I want to work with and I deserve, they are with me, you know, whether it is the director of photography, or my action director is also the one who did Gladiator, you know, he's my prosthetic artist is the one who's done Gary Oldman's Darkest Hour. My DOP is the one who's done Love and Rose. So, you know, like I have this great team of people, and these are the people I deserve.